All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. This is a little bit different live stream than what you might be used to here on Twitch. This will also be recorded and put up on my YouTube channel as well, as will the next mini videos that go along with this. Guys, we are taking, I don't know if they're exactly the top 40, but these are 40 Vampire Survivor games that I've either gotten from the developers since last year, or in the last year, year and a half, or they're Vampire Survivor games that I thought were intriguing enough and interesting enough to go out and buy. Now, I've also made sure that I have all the biggest Vampire Survivor games that I've heard of. So I think that if you guys like these Vampire Survivor-like games, you might find this interesting to take a look at some of the games, maybe some of the games you don't have, and see not only which ones I pick as winners of this competition, but also maybe you'll see enough gameplay and aspects of the game that you decide you want to go pick up one of these VS type games yourself, even if it's not one that I end up picking. So here's one of the games that we'll be playing in tonight's competition, guys. And here is the bracket that I just kind of randomly made up a few days ago. This is the 40 Vampire Survivor games that I have. Notice that none of these games are the actual Vampire Survivors. So when we get to the top of these games that I own, we'll be pitting that game against Vampire Survivors and seeing if we think it's actually better than the original Vampire Survivors itself. I want to go ahead and welcome Addie to the stream. I believe she is here. Unfortunately, her computer is down, so she was not able to be live with me for this particular broadcast. So I want to go ahead and welcome Addie. So as you see, guys, 40 top Vampire Survivor games. This is going to take many hours to determine a winner. Now, when I made up this list a few days ago, I was talking to Addie about this, and I was saying, we'll play each game for like 10 or 15 minutes and then decide a winner. But I think I'm going to change that up. I think I'm going to only have like a 5-minute minimum requirement for each game. And what I'm going to do instead is when I play a game, if it's fun and it hooks me, I'll be playing that game longer. If a game is just kind of like blah and I don't see anything special about it the first few minutes, I may only play that game for 5 or 10 minutes. So, for example, if I play Energy Survivors here and it doesn't really hook me or whatever, I'm probably not going to play it, spend a whole lot of time on that. I'll probably have like a 5-minute minimum. But if I play Brotato and I'm having a blast with it and it's a lot of fun, I may play it for 30 or more minutes. And, some of these competitions may take 30 minutes to play the entire 4 games. And some of them, I may be here for 2.5 hours playing all the games if it's 4 really good games and they really hook me. So I want to give each game kind of its own time and its own ability to reach out and hook me and snag me as a gamer. And if it does that, expect me to be playing that game more. So guys, if we look at the 4 games we have tonight, we have Energy Survivors. This is relatively a newer Vampire Survivor game. It only has 27 reviews, but the people that are playing it do like it with 88% positive. As you can see, I haven't put a lot of time into this game, at least on my Saxter99 account, but a lot of these games I own on a shared account with my son, so he can play these games, and so Addie can play the games as well. So a lot of these games are on my Crizex account, and I played, like, for example, I played this game more over on Crizex. Okay? So Energy Survivors is the first one. The second one I want to go ahead and show you guys is a game I don't have a lot of time in. This is also, I believe, Scarlet Tower. This is another older game. Yeah, this came out last fall. 2022. This is a $5 title, still in early access, and it looks pretty cool. The graphics look really nice and sharp, and you're playing at night as a gothic horror casual game with roguelike and RPG elements. You have talent trees, classes, familiars, and more. This game is getting a very good 87% positive with over 700 reviews. And it looks really good. I mean, it looks really, really nice for a Vampire Survivor game. It looks like it has nice fluid combat, things like that. And things really start to get interesting here, guys, because the next game that is going to be played tonight is a game called Prototype. Now, this is a very unique, intriguing game where you have to basically mutate and go through an evolution cycle with different kinds of organs and body parts and flesh and blood. And yeah, it has some unique abilities based on how you combine all your organs and how you mutate your particular character. So I love the fact that this one doesn't have your standard classes like, hey, you're going to take a knight, or you're going to take a sorcerer, or you're going to take a mage, or a ninja, or whatever. This one actually is completely based on how you mutate organs together to create your own unique build. Pretty cool. This one has 1,800 reviews, guys, and 92% positive, and it comes in at only a $4 price tag. And this is a newer entry into the Vampire Survivors game as well, only a couple of months old right now in June of 2023. And then, guys, the big one that I expect to win, because I've already played this game a couple of hours on both accounts, is Brotato. Brotato is getting overwhelmingly positive review. This is like this is David and Goliath. This is the Goliath tonight. Came out last September, last fall. Has almost 35,000 reviews, and it's getting 97% positive. This one is very fluid, very responsive, and a lot of fun. So Brotato here is a really good game. Like I said, I've already sunk a couple hours into this game at least over the last year since it came out. And this game, I believe, comes in at a $5 price tag, and it's still in early access. So this is the Goliath tonight. Can any of these games beat the Goliath? Well, we're going to go ahead and find out with Brotato versus Scarlet Tower versus Prototype versus Energy Survivors. Well, let's go ahead and start with the one I know the least about, guys, and that is going to be Energy Survivors. So if I come into my Vampire Survivors like games, look here, let's go ahead and launch this one right here. Addie says the bio prototype is like her brain. Rebooting over and over again. Alright, Addie, which one do you think is going to win tonight? Alright. Here we go, guys. Energy Survivors. A lot of these games I have played long enough to where the volume and stuff like that is already turned down. Kind of things like that. Quick look at the options. You do have different languages available. You can go up to 1920 by 1080 resolution. You have all the auto shoot you can turn on if you want this to auto shoot for you, etc. We're going to go ahead and leave these things as default, though. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the tutorial here. Move with WASD, right? Aim by simply using your cursor. Mission, find the energy source. Okay, so we're going to pick up all these collectibles here. And then we're going to get a choose. Ranger increases movement speed, sure. Okay. And then we interact with the energy source here by holding E. Stay within the circle. Okay. So then we have an area that we have to stay in. Okay, we drained all the energy, and now we can continue. Alright, pretty easy tutorial in this game. I like the graphics. I like the polygon simplistic graphics. We start off with this ranger character. We can earn different characters, cyborg, a hunter, etc. as we accomplish more in the game. I do remember buying a second gun, so the second gun is locked until you can afford to buy it. I did buy the second gun. High rate of fire. We'll go ahead and go with that one. And we have 329 shards again, so for example, we could buy this one, I think. Doesn't say how much it costs, surprisingly. Unlock. Oh, 750. Okay, that tells us right there. No, we don't have enough, so we're just going to go ahead and go next. Oops. There we go. Okay, we can't choose anything else. We could buy max health by 10 to 25. Movement speed by 5. I like movement speed, so we're going to go ahead and buy that one. Yeah, we already bought it because we only have 104 left. So let's go ahead and hit next. Let's go. Yeah, this game has a nice polished feel to it compared to some of the other Vampire Survivors game out there that I have played. This one does have a nice polished feel already. Choose one, reduces cooldown for special ability. It doubles your reload time, increases movement speed by 25%. Know that you can't level up though. No. Earns twice as much energy. Special ability stays. No. So I don't want any of these upgrades at the cost of some of these costs, because the costs seem pretty high. So we're going to choose maybe next time on that one. Mission, find the energy source. Oh yeah. And I think this game, don't really know what that E was. I think this game is only $2.99, so this game is only $3, and for the price, I can already tell you, you're getting a very well-coded, a very, polished game right here. Probably in early access as well. Like, just look at the way the goblets go into you. They kind of move up. They're just really polished game. Increase our maximum health here. Oops, I still haven't been able to hit E on that timer. It's kind of like a... not a quick time event, but you have to time it right. There we go, I got it. I like the ones you can see the electricity on them. They're kind of glowing with energy. Increases armor protection by 10. Throws a shuriken. Oh, I like shurikens in my game, so I'm going to take that. I'm sure that's going to be automatic. So you remember, in the options, you can choose auto fire in this game if you don't want to manually fire, but right now I am, as you see, I'm moving my target cursor, and I am manually doing everything here. So that is a little bit different than a lot of these Vampire Survivor games where the shooting is completely controlled by the computer for you. Place a zone that gives you an attack speed, gain 50% movement speed after taking damage. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I really like the projectile effects. I like how you can really easily see their fire with the pink lines. Really well done. Oh, there's kind of like your Vampire Survivors, like they have like the swarms of bats or whatever. That was kind of like that, where you have a big swarm you have to dodge. I like that a lot of these enemies, there's a good variety of enemies, and some of them have different attacks, like that one that kind of charges at you. Oh, took some damage there, so I did speed up. Based on the last, increases the number of spells cast by 1, so we're going to throw more than 1 shuriken. Let's take that. Oh, I just saw it go. I keep forgetting to hit the E. I can say I don't really like... increases armor by 10 or increases armor protection by 10? I don't know. I don't really like the hitting E timer because I keep forgetting to do that. I don't know if that was a great addition to this game. I actually hit it there, but I think I was moving, so it didn't count. You probably got to stop and then hit it. Oh, so here's our energy source right here. Okay, so we have to stay in this boundary. We have a boss now that we have to fight. I see, I keep forgetting to hit the E. Because I'm so busy trying to shoot things and dodge things and stuff like that, I don't even see the E come up over my head. Yeah, see, if I'm moving, it doesn't let me hit E either. So you have, it looks like you have to stop to hit it. Which can be dangerous, especially when you have a bunch of psychos after you. Okay, I just took damage, so that's why I sped up. There's the boss. Let's see if we can take him down a little bit. Ow! Every third hit will be a critical strike. Let's take that. I'm running low on health here. No! Stay away from me. Okay, we got the boss halfway down. Where'd that boss man go? There he is. Oh, I got shot by one of his minions or whatever. He only got 70 kills. I didn't play that game that well. Let's try this one more time, guys. What are you thinking, Addy? Main mode. It's gonna take... We got some more of the... So this game is definitely a roguelike because you have these things that you buy and they're gonna stay with you the next game. So I definitely like the roguelike element so that you get better and better. Even if you quit the game and you come back later, you're gonna have all those advantages that you bought in your last game. Okay, so that just gave me some extra food, if you would, whatever you want to call it. They got all these games pretty much have pellets that you pick up that give you experience, that help you get power-ups. So I'm just going to call these items in all these games food. I know it's not really food, but you can call it experience, goblets, whatever. But to keep things simple, I'm just going to call it food. Okay, so I like that everything's kind of the maps and everything's kind of random. It looks like we didn't have this truck here before. So now we got our boss here, and he is after me. Oh my god, I need some movement speed. Holy shit! Okay. Ah! Yeah, if I get a movement speed up increase, I'm definitely taking that first. Because I could use some extra speed. Throw a shuriken and deal 100% extra damage for 5 seconds after taking damage. Let's do that. I didn't have a movement speed increase that time. This game's fun, I'm not gonna lie. Ah! And if it's only $3, like I think I remember it is, I hit, you see again, I hit E, but I was moving, so it didn't do anything. The thing is I just don't have, I think that's the one thing I don't like about this game, and that may be something that if I played this game for an hour, I would be okay with hitting E, but... right now it's kind of awkward. Increase our armor. And you can't constantly just shoot because you do have to reload your weapon. It's a boss man. I feel like we're doing better this time than I did last time. Oh, right mouse button is a... I didn't even know that, I just figured that out. Okay, so we have a... We have a surge or whatever. Get out of harm's way. Right there, I wanted to get out of his way. I'm probably gonna die again. I'm not doing good on health. I'm gonna take this boss guy out though, that would be nice. Oh my god. Taking damage, almost dead. I'm almost dead again. Increase our max health. Well, this game definitely is challenging right from the get-go. I like challenging little games. This is definitely going to be something you'll probably like. It's not very forgiving, that's for sure. Yeah, and I died. Guys, I can't get past the first boss in this game. It's definitely challenging. I feel like I did a little bit better that time, but not a whole lot. If I sat here and played this game for several hours, I feel like it would probably grow on me. It's pretty basic, though. I mean, it's a really polished, pretty basic Vampire Survivors-like game. You have bosses at the energy sources that you have to go and interact with, and then you have basically a boundary around that energy zone, and then you have to stay around there, kill the boss, and move on to the next energy zone, it looks like, and that's why it's called Energy Survivors. Guys, my first impression score of this game is I like it. It's probably going to be somewhere around a 7 out of 10, something like that. It's very well polished, though. And if I go ahead and exit the game, guys, and we look at this game on Steam, and yeah, it's only $3, so definitely a high recommend at that. I think it's worthy of the 88% positive reviews it's getting. It's just, I remember the first couple of the first couple of Vampire Survivors games I played, like last summer, I played and gave them, you know, basically too high of a score just because they were fun. But recently, in the last year, I've noticed a lot of games are just so much more polished and so much more fun that I don't want to rate this game too high. But it is a nice little game, guys. It's definitely got a challenge. The graphics are very smooth. The gameplay, the maneuvering and stuff like that, very, very smooth. I don't really see anything super special or unique about this game. So I think that's kind of where I'm not giving it, you know, a super high score. It's just because even though it is really well polished and it has nice graphics and it has a great value price, I think this game is a great value for $3. I just don't feel like there's anything super special about this game. It's just, you know, it does have a good variety of enemies. It's a very well done game. I feel like if there wasn't probably over 200 Vampire Survivor games on Steam just like this, it would probably get a higher score from me. But just because there's so much competition, I think the best I can do on my first impressions review and score of this game is a 7 out of 10. Yeah, there's a lot to do in the game, which is good. It's definitely going to get a thumbs up from me. I'm going to give it a positive review. I just don't think it's going to be, you know, my best of the best. I don't see it being in my top 10 of the 40 games that I own already, because I have played a lot of the games already otherwise. Okay, guys, the next game we're going to go ahead and take a look at is another one that I don't know so much about, and that's going to be Scarlet Tower. This game came out, again, last fall. It came out on Halloween last year. And this one looks like a very polished game as well. This one's getting 87% positive review, has a lot more reviews than Energy Survivors. And you can tell here that it looks like it's a lot of fun. This one is about twice the price as the last one at $5. But I feel like if you guys are looking for a good Vampire Survivors game, you're probably not going to really care that much whether the game's $2.99, $4.99, or even $6.99. You know, you're going to want something fun to play, and a few dollars really isn't going to matter a whole lot. So I'm really not even considering the price, but I do want to mention the price to you guys as well. So let's go ahead and go into Scarlet. It's Scarlet Tower, right? Yeah, Scarlet Tower, which I have right here. And let's jump into this one. So I ended up playing Energy Survivors a little bit longer than I thought. I ended up playing that one in about 15-20 minutes. So it had a fair shake. I just feel like it didn't do anything extra special to grab me. It didn't set itself apart that much from all the other games out there. And audio. I can turn that music way down. Sound effects can probably go down too. Music can go down some more. Holy crap, that music's loud. Okay. As you can see, I haven't played this game on my account yet. Auto aim is on. You have a lot of options here. I like all the different options. I like it when, you know, games give you the ability to choose exactly what you want. You know, do you want that cursor? You know, what kind of cursor do you have? Cursor sensitivity. You have a lot of different options here. Video, the highest you can go is the 1920 by 1080, much like the last game. And let's go ahead and go back. And we don't have a tutorial in this game, so we're just going to get right into it. Character selection, much like many of them, you have to earn new characters. So Nin here is looks like she's a sorcerer. She has different passives. It generates a blast. And then, so passive ones are going to be select one, a blast each 40 seconds that freezes enemies hit. And this one summons an elemental to fight by your side. I think we'll take that one. And then Glyphs creates an icy fragment that deals damage and applies chill. I like the options here, guys. This is really cool. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and start with Min, I guess, since I already have her selected. Okay. And then upgrade. Obviously, we're not going to be able to afford any upgrades or anything like that. Map. We have the Nightpine Valley. We have to earn more maps. And it doesn't tell you what you have to do to earn the new map. You probably have to beat the first map, though. But Q and E? No. Alright, so Scarlet Tower, the name of the game. It's like the fourth map here. And you have different levels of corruption. This game is really cool. Wow. Pretty impressed. Poor Addie, I wish she was here so she could actually talk to me and comment and give me her 2 cents, but I'm sure she'll be here in the next video that we do, guys. Yeah, I have not played this game, and if I have, I've done forgotten, so I probably didn't play it very long if I did play it. So I'm trying to figure out, no, I'm just shooting automatically. You can see it has nothing to do with where my cursor is. I got blobs, and it looks like zombies. Here's my minion, right here. The minion's over there fighting a slime. Yep. I feel like Addie would like this one, because I kind of know what kind of game she likes. Again, I'm going to call this food. This is all my little experience mod goblets that enemies drop. A knife every 3 seconds throws a knife that pierces enemies in line, dealing 15 damage, increases gathering range. Or shoots a fireball. We're going to take fireballs. Absolutely. And then we have another one. Increases damage by 20%. Yeah, let's do that. So it's all automatic firing, and I know Addie kind of likes the ones where you don't have to worry about targeting a cursor and you can just walk around. Addie also doesn't like ones that move very fast. She likes to kind of casually take her time. So I feel like Addie would really like this game if she hasn't played it yet. This might be one that I know sometimes I have her play, or ask her to play one of these new games, like if I get a key for it or whatever, or if I buy one that looks cool. While I'm working, she kind of spends time talking to me or whatever, and I'll have her play one of these games while I'm working so we can kind of both look at it. 2 projectiles if I choose Fire Staff now. Increases knockback distance or increases gathering power. Let's take some gathering power here, so I don't have to go right up on the goblets to get them. This one feels more like what you would expect from a Vampire Survivors game than the last one. Just because I think with Vampire Survivors games, you kind of expect the automatic firing and that kind of thing. But don't forget the Energy Survivors did have an option where you could choose the auto fire and turn that on. So I like this one. It shows kind of the more rare ones. Looks like it's in blue. Every 14 seconds, summons a Holy Bible to orbit your body for 7 seconds, dealing 5 damage. Well, yeah, let's take the Holy Bible. I'm such a religious man, how could I not want the Bible, right? And if you guys believe that one, then I got some properties to sell you in Arizona. Motionfront property, rather. Cross staff, 12 damage and applying chill. Gathering range by 9%, increases luck. And you can re-roll as well. Let's just take the cross staff here. Get some fire and ice going on. Oh, we got some bees coming at us. Boy, we're doing a lot of damage. This is a very nice game, guys. This is another very nice game. This one's $5, but I feel like this one's worth it as well. Just kind of my first feelings on the game. Again, just like the last game, though, grants 7+ armor. Yeah, a lot of these blue ones are probably going to be like a no-brainer. It looks like they're just a little bit better. And they're probably a little bit more rare, too. The rarity of the odds of them coming up are probably a little slimmer, would be my guess. That's why they're blue. Where a lot of the other ones, like the pickup range and stuff like that, we're probably going to get more often. There's that Bible swarming around us. Yeah, I feel like, Addy, I feel like you did play this one, and you liked it. Yeah, I feel like this is a game that you would like. It's just, guys, I've already played, like I said, a couple of hours of Brotato. I also know a little bit about Prototype as well, because I played that game for like at least an hour. It's been a long time. It was like last several months ago, I think. But I just know that these first two games, this one and Energy Survivors that I was playing, I know they're gonna be hard up to beat the next two games. Yeah, this is four really good Vampire Survivor games tonight, though. I can already tell you that because, like I said, I'm playing this one. I've just played Energy Survivors, which I feel like is definitely worth the $3. Increases greed. What the hell is greed? We'll just take it. I don't want to be a greedy son of a bitch. Yeah, I feel like so far, I feel like any of these games, I mean, either one of these first two games are definitely worth the money. Especially if you like these kind of games. This is another super polished Vampire Survivors-like game. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So now we get two fully viable projectiles. So notice this one doesn't seem to have any kind of, you know, I don't have to go in and interact with a energy source, or I'm not trying to protect anything particular. I'm just going around and surviving as long as I can. It looks like there's really nothing else to do except survive and you know, kick ass, basically, move around and stay out of harm's way. All the firing is done automatically, so I feel like the game's speeding up a little bit as well. This one's a pretty typical Vampire Survivors-like game. I mean, there's so many of them that are like this. A lot of these Vampire Survivors-like games, just like the original Vampire Survivors, has a ring of enemies that kind of surrounds you, keeps you from, you know, straying too far. And eventually this will open up. You just kind of stay confined for a little bit and fight some of the enemies in the zone. And then these will, if they're like other Vampire Survivors-like games, these will open up. We're gonna get some more armor there. You just like that, yep. Just to pick up some of our food, as I call it. Yeah, this is a fun little game. There's no doubt about that. This is a really well-made Vampire Survivors-like game. And I mean, it wouldn't be in my top 40. I feel like this game wouldn't be in my top 40 if it was subpar or it wasn't a pretty good game. I mean, I see a lot of the Vampire Survivors-like games on Steam that I don't even request a key for. I don't purchase just because it doesn't look like it's that well polished. Let's see two projectiles here. Even though the ring of adding a 3% chance of critical was tempting. I like that this game has trees and stuff like that, obstacles in the way. Some of these games are very open and don't have the obstacles like trees in the way. We have our experience bar up here. We have our health around our character. I like that. We can see I'm at like 95% health right now or something. Yeah, very well laid out UI. You can kind of see all the different pickups that I've gotten selected so far and what level they're at. I can see my hit points, 135 out of 165. Yeah, very well done game. Very, very well done game. And like so many of these Vampire Survivors games, we have the eyes as well. So many of these games have had eyeballs as an enemy. Oh, I have some gold there. Wow, that's cool. At this point, I'm not even really reading I'm just using a lot of time just picking the blue one. So I feel like this is going to be a game that's going to be easy to pick up. This game's a lot easier to play than Energy Survivors, the last game I played. And I feel like this game's going to be a lot easier to pick up and just play without thinking. You're not going to have to put a whole lot of thought into this one. You're just going to move out of harm's way. I'm using WSD to move, but I have a feeling this game is probably controller supported. So you could use a controller if you wanted as well. Many of these Vampire Survivors and light games do have controller support. Oh, we got snowmen now. That's cool. I like it. Look at all these eyeballs, though. Okay, again, this game, while it's very well polished and very fun to play, and I feel like it's a great value at the $5 price tag, much like the last one, I feel like this one's not doing a whole lot to set itself apart from all the other Vampire Survivors-like games. Yes, it has polished graphics. Yes, it's fun to play. Yes, it's well done. But this one isn't doing a whole lot to make it unique from the other 200 other Vampire Survivor-like games on Steam right now. Even though it is a, definitely a recommend, it's definitely a thumbs up for me. I think we've seen enough of this one to see exactly what we're getting in this game, and obviously it's going to get harder and harder. The enemies are going to get harder and harder, but also you're going to be continuing to pick up power-ups and getting better yourself. This is another roguelike game, and the fact that as you play more and open up more points and stuff like that, you're going to start opening up new characters and new character classes, upgrades and stuff like that you'll be able to take with you into future games. So I definitely like that as well. The explosions, everything about this game just feels really solid. And this is, again, another I recommend. If I had to give this game a first impressions rating, right now I think I'd give this game an 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. It's well done. I mean, no knocks on this one at all. It's definitely a recommended game. Very good first impressions. It's just, guys, that I know what this game is up against, especially with Brotato, because I've played quite a bit of Brotato. And I know that this game, I mean, I can already tell this game is just not going to stand a chance of beating Brotato, even though it's a very good game. So we're going to go ahead and jump out of this game, guys. And I like it. I do like Scarlet Tower. I should have went ahead and continued the game or let myself die, I guess, because then I would have been able to keep all the points and experience I got. But we got what we know out of this game. Addie says I wasn't able to read Addie's comments while I was playing the game, but yeah, that's a good game to pass the time and relax, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and continue to the next game on the list, guys. And let's go ahead and get Brotato. I want to show you guys what we're talking about here with Brotato, because with Brotato, guys, it's a $5 game. It came out last September. It's been out about a year, about a month longer than Scarlet Tower that we just played. Again, you can tell from the trailer that this game is very smooth, very polished as well. And the graphics at first glance don't look that impressive. It's not really until you play this game that you see how much fun and how cool it is. And let's go ahead and show you why this game has 35,000 reviews now, with 97% of those reviews coming as positive. This is another $5 game, and it's still in early access. When this game came out last September, they said it would only be in early access a few months, so it's already almost a year now. And will it cost more? No, probably not. And they plan on adding a lot of new content, functionalities, modding support, wow, and an endless game mode, as well as quality of life additions as well. So let's go ahead and jump into Brotato, guys, and show you why I like this game, and why I know that the last two games kind of knew when I was playing them that, they're an uphill battle. So the bad luck that those last two games got put in, a battle with Brotato here, because Brotato is just so good. It really is. So you can see here, you can hear the music already. The music is coming off as phenomenal. We go to our options here. We can look at, we have a lot of different options. If we wanted to turn screen shake on, we could. We can do a different backgrounds here. So gameplay, a lot of different options here as well. Mouse only, we can play with the controller, and then we can go back, and let's go ahead and go start. Look at all the different upgrades you can get for basically your potato, I guess it's a potato. Yeah, I love this. And so like 50 plus range, you start with 1 pistol range damage modifications. You can't equip melee weapons at all with this ranger. So let's go ahead and try the ranger out. He cannot take any swords or any melee weapon. That's why you see him here. And then we're going to go ahead and let's see. Now some of these guns I've already unlocked. That's why I have them as an option here. Let's go ahead and take a crossbow just because. And difficulty selection. We only have the lowest difficulty level because I haven't played this game a whole lot. But this game, when we come into this game, guys, it just oozes quality. Like, not only is the it's very responsive, but just the way you shoot, the way your bullets go and these things explode and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it's until you play this game yourself that you just feel the quality just oozing out of this game. It's really amazing. So then you have 4 different options, unlike 3 in most games. So we can also re-roll. We can spend 2 of our coins to re-roll. Let's do +1 range damage. And then we have our shop where we can spend our money as well. We have 48 coins. I can buy... So let's say I buy a pistol, right? I buy the pistol. Let's buy a shuriken as well. And then let's also... I don't have a... Oh yeah, I do have enough to buy a turret as well. So we have all this stuff. We have all these different things here. Now look at our character. How he has all 4 of those elements. This is super cool. You see all his different weapons. Like, he's holding all of them at the same time. Using all of them to just wipe out my opponents. Love the music. The music is just perfect for this type of a game. And like I said, you can just feel it when you play this game. Even probably when you're seeing it. You can see that this game just oozes quality. You can almost hear when enemies are shot or whatever. You can almost hear like a background, like an echo. You can almost hear like an echo to the sound effects. And it just goes perfectly with the sound effects and the music in this game. Plus 10% attack speed, but let's go ahead and take that. And then we can use our 38 coins to let's go with 30% pickup range. Let's do that. Plus 2 range damage, plus 20. Now, some of them do have negatives, like a negative 7% attack speed. I can't afford that one anyway. I only have 6 coins, so we're just going to go. We see that when I laid my turret out here. Yeah, for $5, it's hard to not just fall in love with this game. This is one of those games where you start playing it, and like other games, like Energy Survivors or whatever, that might be a game that I fall in love with it after I play it, you know, 3 or 4 hours. But this is really one of those kind of games, I promise you, the first time you play this game, you're just going to fall in love with it, like, immediately. You're going to be just like, wow, this game feels great. This game is awesome. It's just one of those games that just immediately punches you right in the throat. And it's like, man, I kick ass, motherfucker. Like, you made a good choice by buying me because I kick ass. And Brotato just has that feel to it. You just start playing it and you're just like, wow, this game is fucking kick ass. And it's immediately apparent, obviously apparent, you know, how and why this game has 97% positive reviews. And why it sold over 35,000 copies in only 9 months. That's just... It sold way more than 35,000 copies, guys. That's how many reviews it has. And I usually go by what I feel like is a pretty conservative number, saying that for every review left on a game, there's probably 50 people that don't even leave a review. So do the math, guys. 35,000 times 50. So we'll take this medal. And let's go ahead and get some more speed. We got a couple of upgrade there also. Ooh. Plus 15% ghosts. Alright, take the roll. Damage 11. I think we're going to take the crossbow here. Let's take that as well. And we have to go. Look at this. We got 6 weapons on us now. And so, you might be thinking, alright, Zax, well, you said the last 2 games didn't offer anything unique or special to the genre. Well, what about this game? It's just doing the same kind of thing. It's just more cartoony. But it is doing something really special and unique, and the fact that it's just so high quality. It just oozes with quality. Everything from the music to the sound effects to the way you shoot to just how much fucking fun it is. This one is unique in the fact that very few games you play, especially at under a $10 price tag on Steam, are going to offer you this much quality for the dollar. This game is overflowing with just kick-ass quality. Just I wish I could make a game. I wish I could make a game that just overflowed with quality like this game that you feel right away. I mean, that's, you know, something to strive for. We have a campfire here. Let's take a double barrel shotgun. But see how we can't take it because we have too many guns. So I'm going to have to come down here and I'm going to have to look for one to get rid of. So we can buy that. So let's take the shurikens and let's click on it and let's recycle it. Now we can buy this double barrel shotgun down here and get some more DPS going on. So I believe one of these things probably will tell you your DPS that you're doing. Max HP. I'm surprised that it doesn't show you DPS. Yeah, maybe that'd be a recommendation for the developers to show you how much damage per second you're doing. I don't see it anywhere. I'm really surprised you're not seeing how much DPS you're doing. Maybe that would just make it too easy to see if you picked up the right stuff. I don't know. But let's go ahead and continue going. And these enemies mobs, I mean, the levels just get harder and harder and higher as you go. It just continually gets more challenging. Even though you're buying all these and upgrading all these weapons and stuff like that and getting all these cool upgrades, the game does continually get more and more challenging as well. And it definitely increases the challenge quite quickly as the number of mobs and the strength of the mobs just continually gets higher and higher. I like that it gives you the red X, so you can kind of see where enemies are going to be spawned at. So you can kind of back away from those guys. But, guys, I can sit here and play this game. This is a game I can sit here and play, no doubt about it, for, you know, 4 or 5 hours and probably have a blast. Like, so we're not going to sit here and play this game for 4 or 5 hours. If you like Vampire Survivor-like games, if you like quality, you know, games like this as well. This game is also auto shooting, so I don't have to worry about where I'm shooting. It's all auto shoot. So it does move a little bit faster than like the last one, Scarlet Tower, for example. And it has a lot going on, especially since you always have like, you know, 6 weapons going on, and you have all these mobs going as well. But this game is just super fun to play, guys. We're going to go ahead and stay still and let ourselves die if we can. I may have so many weapons. I may be so badass right now that I'm not even going to get killed just by leaving my character. Yeah, you're going to have to keep moving or you will lose. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and get my points and stuff like that, guys. So I could return to the main menu. I wanted to keep all my... This was another roguelike game. And this game is absolutely awesome, guys. If I had to give this game a score out of a first impression score, this game's going to be an easy 9.5, if not a 10. For right now, I'm going to give this game a 9.5. It already has mod support in the game, so people are already going to be making mods for the game, so you can have another truly unique experience by applying a special mod that somebody creates for the game. And Brotato, guys, is way up there. This is exactly why I knew that the last 2 games were, you know, gonna be hard up to impress me enough to take down Brotato. If there is one game in the top 4 here, guys, so let's go ahead and take another look at our list here on the competitions that we have coming up. We played Energy Survivors. I said I gave it a 7 out of 10. Scarlet Tower, I gave an 8 out of 10, maybe an 8.5. Brotato is an easy 9.5. And I'll say the last one, really the game that's probably going to have any chance of beating Brotato, is going to be Bio Prototype. Because one thing I was mentioning earlier, guys, is the unique factor. What is these games bringing to the genre that's unique and makes it really its own? Brotato does that with just being so relentlessly high quality and so much fun, and it just oozes quality out of every fucking pixel in the game that it's really sets itself apart. Bio Prototype, guys, is a game that's also another high quality game. It's also, I think it's an auto shooter, from what I remember playing it a couple months ago when I played it when it came out. But this one is truly unique in the fact that you don't take, like I said, you don't take different classes or whatever. A ranger, like even Brotato has a ranger and a melee guy and stuff like that. No, this one you upgrade, and I'll show you kind of how this one works. This one comes in at only a $4 price tag, which is an exceptional price tag for this game. Bio Prototype. And I mean, I fell in love with this game right away as well when I played it a couple months ago. I was just like, wow. And what made me wow about this game wasn't so much like the oozing quality like we saw in Brotato, but this game wowed me in the fact that it was truly unique, and the developers were truly trying to make something special. Addie says that Brotato would be an 8 for her because of the speed. Yeah, she thinks it moves a little bit fast. She likes a little more casual type of game. So, with Bio Prototype, guys, I would definitely recommend that you go in and do the tutorial. So, you move with WASD, right? Cells. So cells look kind of like these little ping things, kind of like a cell would in real life. You may evolve yourself by consuming cells after completing a wave. So this is basically like your gold. Think of cells as kind of like your gold in other games. This is how you buy new stuff, right? So flasks are going to turn cells that you haven't picked up during the last wave into charges. The next cell you pick up consumes 1 charge and doubles its value. So this is a way of basically doubling your gold, basically. Organ types. Organs make you more and more powerful. You generate a new organ every time you complete a wave or do an upgrade. So you have all these different organs, and 2 shapes of organs are provided, the circle and the diamond. The diamond is driven by O, and implant O before a diamond. Okay? So you want to implement the O before you have a diamond? Yeah, some of this is kind of hard to understand. Organs make you more and more powerful. You generate a new organ every time you complete a wave or upgrade, which you already said. Right side compatibility determines which type of organs could be linked to the right side of the selected ones. Organ links may give you amazing ability, so in the links. Organ efficiency. The damage of the triangle is affected by the efficiency of the circle. Okay, so basically you want high efficiency in the circle to get higher damage in your triangle organ. Efficiency can also affect other statues like fertility, regeneration, etc. Decay rate. Some organs are weakened once they are distant from the brain. So you see that you have a negative 20% decay rate here. 20% is going to affect your regeneration on that particular organ. Mutation. The very first organ has to be linked to your brain. Select the organ socket. The icons of the compatible organs will be sorted and turned green. So compatibility will be shown green. Drag a compatible organ into the socket to complete the link, and then you're able to transplant your organs as well by selecting the organs you want to replace. All valid organs will turn green, and organs with compatibility for both sides will turn, the whole icon will turn green. So just like that. And then organs only with a compatibility for the left side will turn part of the icons green. Okay. In this case, after transplanting, all organs on the right side will be replaced. Of the replaced organ will be collected into your storage. Okay, and then recycling organs, you can get cells or gold back. Basically, cells are kind of like your gold. You can get basically your gold back by recycling them. Okay. Let me go in here. It looks like our music is a little bit high. Let's turn the music down just a little bit. Okay. Show damage. We want that on top. A lot of different languages as well. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and go to a new game. Confirm. Because I want to show you guys this game from the start. So we choose a prototype, Stormy. Okay. And then a prototype with nothing special, no special ability, and speed of 500. Okay. Survive 10 waves of enemies is our goal. Specialty designed stage for new players. Only a few types of organs could be used in the stage. Okay. So basically, it's kind of an easier challenge. So you can see I'm automatically shooting. My enemies are dropping gold or cells. Again, think of these cells as kind of like your gold standard games. And you can see, I mean, this game's pretty fun. Auto shooting, it has a good response. But right here, clearance reward, we cleared that wave. So now we get to choose either a spine, a tentacle, or a retina. And you can read about what these do. So activates the right side organ periodically. Activation cycle every basically 3/4 of a second. Efficiency 71%. And tentacle is starfish, 5 multiple projectiles in a circle when activated. And it has a right side compatibility. And then we have a retina of the raven. Activates the right side organ when the left side organ contributes to a kill. Let's just go ahead and take the retina here, just because it had more compatibility and efficiency. Tentacle, a tentacle, and a limb. Damage 19. Well, this one has more damage and a higher critical chance, so we're going to go ahead and take the limb of the skeleton. And then we have... So, for example, this is what's really cool about this game. You can either go ahead and mutate, you can culture, which culture is basically spending your gold to buy like higher hit points or different things like that, which we can't afford right now. But this is what I love here in this game. You can go in and test all your different compatibilities. So we can go in and we can see basically how we're made right now. We can kind of see how much damage we're doing to the enemies as we move around. We can see if we're doing like an area of effect or whatever. We can see how much damage we're doing to different enemies in the zone. So this is very, very cool. So if we hit tab, this is where we can kind of see, okay, can we increase this 9 to 14 damage that we're doing? So this is where we can go ahead and plug in some of our stuff. So we see here that we have basically a diamond here. We can plug in the spine that we just purchased or selected. And then we can also, we don't have anything else here. Oh yeah, we do have that, but that's a circle, so we're not going to be able to do anything with that. Well, we could put the eye in there. No, that's incompatible. And see, we can only put this back. We already had that, though. So let's go back and let's test it again and see if we're doing more damage. Look at that. So now instead of 9 to 14, we're doing, it looks like we're doing faster damage, and we basically tripled our damage. So we're like, hell yeah. So let's go ahead and go back here now. Oops. We need to go back. E-test setting. Okay. Nope. Okay, so you just have to hit the escape key or maybe the space key, and then you can come back and you can actually go to culture. And we've already done this. We've already set it up how we want. So we're just going to go ahead and battle now. Yeah, I kind of forgot a little bit about this game. So no, we do it. Because we tested it, we know we're doing the right amount of damage. And as you get like 100 different organs and you're starting to recycle your organs to get cells back, and you're mixing all these organs and, you know, different body parts, and you're culturing different things and mutating differently. Remember, our guy was nothing special when we started, but by picking up all these organs and getting all these organs and cells and stuff like that, we could really turn an ordinary character into something pretty special. So now we get choices again because we cleared that level. So damage 4, we're going to limb a skeleton again. We already have limb of the skeleton. Tentacle is swordfish. Projectile speed. Max projectiles 3. Looks like the coral is probably the best one to take there. 121% efficiency here. Spine. Let's take the spine. And now let's go ahead and test it here. So remember, we haven't mutated at all, so we're still doing like the 22 to 35 damage that we were doing before. So now we're going to hit the tab key, and we're going to try plugging in some different stuff here. Right? So we're going to go ahead and try to plug this bad boy in here. And then, yeah, we can't plug that into there. And remember, when we click on one of these, it'll tell us, like, you know, if we have something that's better, it'll turn green that we could do. Now we can plug, for example, this one in here. And now we have another slot here, and we can just click on it, and we'll see any compatibilities. Well, we already know our spine's better than that thing, so we'll plug that in here. And now kind of seeing how we're growing here, let's go ahead and hit escape and see what kind of damage we're doing now. So we're doing like 3 projectiles at a time right now, but I don't know if that's any more damage than we were doing before. If we get in the right middle, so it's just shooting 3 at a time. Yeah, I don't know if 8, 7, and 4 is more than the 22 to 34 we were doing before, but that's pretty cool. So is there anything else we can do differently here? Let's try, just for the sake of it, let's try plugging this in here. And then instead of that, let's try plugging this. Oh, that's incompatible. Oh yeah, if we click on it, we'll see the compatible ones. This one's compatible, and this one's compatible. Let's try that. See what we're doing now. That's weird. Plug this back over here. Let's try this one here. Maybe plug this in here. There we go now. it's kind of where we started. Yeah, I still think this is probably the best one, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and hit back here. Hit escape there. And then let's go battle. So to be fair, I probably didn't pick the best. When I got options for clearing that last wave, I probably didn't, just because I'm so unfamiliar with this game, I probably didn't pick the best possible parts. Or we probably could have got something, we'd probably be doing more damage now. Feel the game's pretty easy, pretty fun. You could see that if I had stuck with a shooting 3 projectile for less damage, it might be a little bit easier, because I wouldn't have to get quite so close to the enemies, because I'd be shooting. Nerve of the Boxer. Spine of the Mammoth. Efficiency 451%. Wow. Let's take the spine. Tentacle of the Dragon. Damage 11. That just sounds cool, so we're going to take that. Retina of the Raven. Same. This one just has more efficiency than this one, so of course we're going to take this one. And we're going to test. So again, this is going to be exactly what we had going out last time because we haven't done anything yet. Now we're going to go ahead and see if we can take our new ones are right here, I think. Try that one. Then the dragon in there. Now we got another option. One of these was 198, one was 121. Oh no, 121. Okay, so we'll put that one in there. Now we get another option. And this is probably where this is going to come in. But you see, you can mess with this a whole lot, and you can kind of see what the effects are. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump out. Keep that. See how that does for us. Go into battle. This game is definitely a little more confusing. I feel like this game is going to take a little more time to get used to how all these different mutations work and everything. But I can tell you, this game is a lot of fun. This game offers a lot more than just the pure battling as you do in the last 3 games. This one's a lot about figuring out how all these cells and mutations and how different organs work with each other. You know, and some of them, the further away from the brain they are, the less efficient they are, and all that good stuff. Super cool in that regard, and this definitely makes this game stand out as far as being a unique game. And as far as the battling itself, I mean, really, it's no different than the last 2 in the fact that it's just moving and staying out of harm's way and letting your auto attacks do all the damage for you. So, unpicked organs, so we got that. And let's do the germ rat this time. And limb of the giant. And let's test it out. Hit the tab key. And yep, we're going to drop this one in here now since that's a new one. This is a new one here. But that's all we have. We don't have anything else. So we come in here. Kind of see how that does for us. Yeah, that's not doing a whole lot of damage. I don't think that's very effective. So we're going to go back and experiment with this here. And let's drop this one in here. What do we got here? Drop our retina in here. 158, 198. And then for this one here, let's drop our dragon in here. And then we get another socket here. Efficiency 451. Let's drop damage 4, damage 16. Let's play with that incompatible organ. Okay, we click on that, it'll show. Let's drop that one in there. Now we get another one. Okay. Then we can drop this one in here. Oh my god. What's this say? Insufficient frequency. Well, let's see what happens if we go with that. So you can see this. You can see how different these things are when you apply these things, right? So we don't have an organ for that. Let's go ahead and see what this says. So you can see that's a little better right there. Yeah, I gotta say, guys, I really like this one. I like the fact that you can mutate all these different parts. You know this is going to get deeper and deeper as you play this game more, and as you learn more about how all these different parts work and how they work with each other, and you know you experiment with them by testing them out and seeing kind of. I love this aspect of this game. I think this game is truly unique in this regard. So we hit escape here. We can jump back in. We can go ahead and make a battle out of it with our new mutated character. We're going to be able to earn more characters as we play. Again, the challenge is going to increase as we play more. Look at that effect, guys. We weren't seeing all this damage even in the test. We weren't seeing all the damage that some of these things do. Look at all this damage we're doing. So you can see how dynamic and how vital these different organs play into making a really kick-ass mutation. And, you know, probably some of these times they're going to be so fucking effective that you're going to be scared to put new body parts in, because you're going to be like, wow, I'm just kicking ass right now. I don't want to mess with anything. Look at this. Look at all this damage I'm doing. And then we've cleared the level, so now we get to choose more organs. Alright guys, I really like this game as well, not even going to lie. This is actually a pretty tough surrender. We're gonna go ahead and surrender here. Research failed. Yeah. Like the unique game, what's the word I'm looking for? The originality of this particular game is phenomenal. Prototype, making a Vampire Survivors-like game, and definitely making it stand out from every other Vampire Survivor game on Steam and made generally. You know, they took the Vampire Survivors type game. They offered this game at only $3.99, and they made something just truly original that is both interesting, unique, and a lot of fun. Like, this game offers the same kind of gameplay you would get in any other Vampire Survivors like game, where you're walking around just auto-firing, but it gives you the strategy and the ability to mutate these different organs and create something, you know, a character or a mutation, you know, completely unique and special that you're not going to see when you watch other people play this game. You're probably not going to see the exact same build over and over again. And so for that reason, Prototype, guys, I'm going to give another really high score. I'm going to put it up there at a 9.5. Now remember, I did say with Brotato, that game is going to be at least a 9.5, if not higher. The question is, guys, which game is going to take this first competition, this first tournament competition? Is it going to be Bioprototype, or is it going to be Brotato? Addy is chatting. I remember when you first played it, there's a lot of strategy to it. I love it. So, Bioprototype, guys, and Brotato are the two big winners here. You have four really good games, four games that are easily worth their price tag. Energy Survivors coming in at really polished game, really nice graphics. You can turn on auto shoot, but by default it's manual shooting. You have to go to the energy source and basically fight a boss every time you fight one. It's a quality game, and especially for $3, it's phenomenal. It's a great game. It's at least a 7.5, if not an 8 by itself, especially if you consider the low price tag of $2.99. Scarlet Tower is a little bit more expensive at $5. Just an exceptional, really well done Vampire Survivors-like game with good graphics, great polish, and it doesn't really bring anything unique to the table. It's not just over flooding, quality like Brotato offers, but it doesn't offer anything particularly special or interesting to the genre. It's just another really cool Vampire Survivors-like game that's up there at 8.5 for that one. And then Brotato and Bioprototype. Bioprototype doesn't offer the overflowing just quality that you can feel both in the sound effects, the gameplay, the graphics, and everything like that, like Brotato does. Brotato is just something exceptional with the overflowing, oozing quality that it offers right out of the gate. Bioprototype, I feel like, is a game that's going to take you a little more time to appreciate what the developers have done with that game. This is a hard one for me, guys. This is really hard. I honestly went into this video like an hour ago before I started recording this video, and I expected Brotato to be a landslide winner in this first contest when I looked at all four and I remembered some of the gameplay from playing all these games. I'm like, oh, Brotato's going to take this easy. Now, after spending the last 20-30 minutes playing Bioprototype, I'm not so sure that Brotato is such a clear winner. It is really, really tough to pick against Brotato here, guys. And I don't know that I can do it, to be honest. Brotato is just so well done. But I like creativity. I like the fact that as good as Brotato is, as awesome as it is, and as awesome as it feels to play, when you play it, you feel the oozing quality right out of the get-go, and it just makes you fall in love with the game. Again, it doesn't really, besides the quality, it doesn't really bring anything original to the genre. And because of that, guys, because of that, I'm taking a surprise winner tonight with Bioprototype winning, because I feel like after you play both games for about 6 or 8 hours, I feel like you're going to get more out of Bioprototype than you will Brotato. I feel like this game offers a longer playability with more unique gameplay styles, with all the different mutations and everything that you can do with Bioprototype. And I'm surprising myself tonight by saying this, guys. But if I had to choose one, and this is a very tough decision, very, very tough. But I think to the developers who made Bioprototype, Emperon, a game, you have done an exceptional job, and you've created quite possibly the most unique Vampire Survivors-like game that I've played yet. And I've probably played 60, 70, 80 of these type of games in the last couple of years since Vampire Survivors-like games came out. And with that, I'm surprising myself tonight and going with what I feel like is probably going to be the game that's going to hold your attention and hold your replayability, your replay factor, for a longer number of hours than Brotato. Both games are exceptional, guys. I highly recommend all four of these games if you love Vampire Survivors-like games, but if you're only taking two, I would definitely make it Bioprototype and Brotato if you don't already own those. Neither one of those games is going to be something you're going to regret, I can almost assure you. Both games, you're not going to, even for a second, think, oh, I need to refund this, or I'm not playing this anymore. Both games are going to, you're going to be proud that you picked them up. But I'm going to go with a game here that I feel like is probably the more unique game, the more creative game, the game that's really trying to do something special. And Bio Prototype is definitely a special Vampire Survivors-like game. And I feel like I'm making the right call here by making the call for not necessarily the better game, because it's hard to pick against Brotato. Like I said, when you play that game, you just feel the quality right away. But Bio Prototype, I feel like, has made an extraordinary game here that it plays well as well. I mean, it's a high quality game, but I feel like it's going to have the longer replay value. It's going to offer you more as you play more hours on the game, just because there's so many different mutations, efficiencies, cells that you can pick up, and it just does something a lot more unique than the original, Ranger, melee guy and stuff like that Brotato does. Brotato does it well, but Bio Prototype offers something truly unique. All right, guys, with that, Bio Prototype is my winner, my surprise winner tonight with this competition. And I want to go and thank you guys for watching. Bio Prototype wins the first competition. The next one, guys, we'll get on to 20 Minutes Till Dawn, which is another game I absolutely love. I really haven't played a lot of Chess Survivors, but I know it's a well-rated game. I don't know a whole lot right now. Rependium, and then Spellbook Demon Slayers is another high quality. This is probably going to be an interesting battle as well. But this one here will be battle number 2. But tonight, guys, in a very tough call, it's a Bio Prototype with its truly unique Vampire Survivors gameplay and design that takes it by just a hair over the exceptional Brotato. So there you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys all. We'll see you in the next video, guys. And have a great day or night, whatever time it is when you're here. And we'll see you here soon with competition number 2 in the next bracket here. Peace, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.